in a child's pose. So on the back of your mat, toes together, knees nice and wide. And then we'll have our arms nice and long in front of us. Stretching through our back. Take a couple of breaths here. Just allowing your brain to settle down. I'm keeping my head up so you guys can hear me, but you should have your heads resting down on the mat. Think about having your breath starting at the base of your spine and then inhaling all the way up to the crown of your head, pausing there, and then with your exhales, having it coming back down towards your tailbone. 2 more here. And then keeping your hips where they are, evenly pressing towards the back of the mat. You're going to walk your hands over to the right. So you can bring them off the mat a little bit, stacking your left hand on top of your right, and then still sitting your hips back. 2 more breaths here. And then moving to the other side, left hand off the left side of the mat, bring your right hand on top of your left, reaching through nice long back. 2 more breaths here. And then coming back to the center, back to child's pose, reset here. And then we'll add a thread the needle variation. So you can do this from your child's pose and send your right hand through, bringing your right shoulder and your right cheek down to the mat. Or if you prefer, you can take it up here from the tabletop, which gives you a little more room. So whichever feels better for you is perfect. 2 more breaths. And then unwinding back to center, or back to a tabletop, and then the other side. Left hand threads through, bringing your left cheek and your left shoulder to the mat. Trying to make the twist happen in your back, so from your belly button up, and then leaving your hips nice and square. Last breath here. And then unwinding back to center, so back to child's or a tabletop for a breath. And exhale, release. All right, and walking your hands in. We're gonna do a toe stretch, so you want your knees together, and then you're gonna tuck your toes under, and then you can sit back on your heels. Okay, so if this is uncomfortable for you, you can use a pillow between your bum and your heels. That can lift your hips up a little bit. Or if it's really uncomfortable, you can just come up to your knees and then just stretching your toes without any weight on them. So either option. You can bring your hands down to your quads, and then we'll do some seated cat-cows here. So still stretching our toes. Inhale, open our chest, roll our shoulder blades back. And then exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, opening the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, rounding the spine. We'll take 2 more, inhaling and exhaling. And last one, inhale and exhale. All right, and come back up to a nice long back, and then make your way onto your hands, and then you're gonna release your toes, and then just kind of beat your feet up, so bring some blood back to the toes, a little bit of relief, and then take a breath here, and exhale. Coming down onto our forearm, we're gonna take a forearm plank, so your hands can be on the mat, planted like the number 11, and then just stepping your feet back, forearm plank, so spine is nice and long, you're pressing your arms kind of into each other and pressing into the ground, and then isometrically drawing your elbows down towards your feet, and your feet towards your elbows. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lower your hips down to the mat, release your toes, and find the Sphinx pose. For Sphinx, you want your elbows directly under your shoulders. You can check your spacing by just bringing your hands to opposite elbows and then releasing them back into the ground like number 11. Legs are nice and long behind you, feet are pointed, and then you're going to press your quads and your pelvic bone into the mat as you lift your chest up towards the front, almost like you're trying to pull yourself through your arms. Take 2 more breaths here. And then release your hands down. We'll take our hands underneath our shoulders. Inhaling for up dog or cobra. And exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Now you can take whatever wiggles feel good for you here. It's your first one of the practice, so you can bend your knees, wag your tail, pull the leg of your feet, whatever feels good. We'll take 2 more breaths. All right, and then find some stillness here. Lengthening through your back, pressing the ground away from you. And then we'll lift our right leg up, bend the knee, stack the hip, find a 3-legged dog. Maybe make some circles with your ankle if that feels good. And then set the right foot back down. And then left foot up, other side. Bend the knee, stack the hips. And again, if you'd like to make some circles with your ankle, you can. Last breath. And then step that foot back down. Separate your feet a little wider than normal and set your hands in towards your feet. You're going to add a twist. So take your right hand, reach for your left leg, either the ankle or the calf. Pull yourself through. 2 more breaths here. And then unwind right hand down the mat. And the other side, left hand reaches for your ankle, your calf, and pull yourself through. Take a breath. 1 more breath here. And then unwind, both hands down to the mat. Look forward and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, we'll take a halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come up. And exhale, hands come into heart center. Take a breath. And exhale. And we'll separate our feet a little wider than hips width and take a ragdoll. So inhale, arms up, look up. And exhale, forward fold for the ragdoll. You can bend your elbows, reach, or bend your arms and reach for opposite elbows. You can have a little bit of bend in your knee, trying to bring your chest down onto your quads. And then release your head and neck. Maybe you can look towards the ceiling, or for those of you outside, up towards the sky. Maybe sway or shift your weight back and forth. 1 more breath here. And then release your hands down, find some stillness. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. You can separate or step your feet together. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can go ahead and set an intention now. It's just something that you can focus on and return your intention, your thoughts to throughout the practice. All right, moving on, we'll get started with 3 sun A's. And we'll do them with a variation. So we'll step back to plank and then move into side planks from there before going all the way to our bellies. So following me, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. Staying here. Then we'll take a side plank. So right hand comes down, left arm comes up. Reaching up to the sky, inhaling. And then exhaling back to plank. Opening up to the other side, left hand down, right hand up, inhaling. And exhaling back to plank. Staying here for your inhale. And then exhale, lowering all the way down to your belly. Bring your elbows in towards your chest so that you can close to your belly. Releasing your toes. And then you'll bring your hand up to the outside of your mat, fingertips on the ground. We'll take some cobra breaths here. Inhaling up. And exhaling back down. Inhaling up. And exhaling back down. You got 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale up and exhale back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. 5 breaths here in your down dog. Evenly distributing your weight between your feet and your hands. Spine is nice and long, core is engaged, and shoulders are integrated into our back. So we're not dropping, but we've got this nice long line. Your heels can be on the ground, they can be up, your legs can be slightly bent if that feels better for you. And last breath here. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. 1 breath here. And exhale. Second Sunday variation. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. And exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. Open up, side plank. And exhale, back to plank. Inhale, side plank, other side. Exhale, back to a plank. Stay here for your inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Release your toes down. Fingertips come off the side of the mat. Fingertips on the ground. We'll do some cobra breaths. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. 3 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhaling almost like you're trying to peel yourself up off the mat. And exhale back down. Last one. Inhaling. And exhaling back down. Releasing your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhaling hips up and back, down dog. 4 breaths here. The legs are turned in only just slightly at the hips, so that way the outside of your feet is parallel to the outside of your mat. The creases in your wrists are essentially parallel to the front of your mat. Breathe in here. Last breath. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. 1 breath. And exhale. Last Sunday variation. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. And exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. Inhaling, opening up, side plank. Exhaling, back to plank. Other side, inhaling up, side plank. Exhaling, back to plank. Stay here for your inhale. And then exhale, slowly lowering all the way down to your bellies. Release your toes. Hands come out to the side of your mat. Fingertips on the mat. 3 cobra breaths this time. Inhaling up. Exhaling back down. Inhale, peeling up. Exhaling back down. And last one, inhaling up. And exhaling back down. Then releasing your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. 3 breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then we'll start adding on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to a plank. You can always do this on your knees if you need to. Opening up, side plank. And then back into plank. Open up, side plank. Other side. Back to plank. Staying here for your inhale. And exhale, lowering all the way down to the mat. Hands come off to the side. 3 cobra breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling, release. Hands come directly under your shoulders. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. And exhaling, down dog. We'll stay here, take 1 breath. And exhale, release. And then right leg comes up behind you. 3-legged dog, but let's keep our hips square and our legs straight here. The foot's gonna be flexed. With your inhale, lengthen through the heel. Keep your shoulders square. Exhale, tuck your knee to nose. Shoulders come up over your wrists. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and we'll stay. From here, you can stay here, or you can flip your right leg around and over behind you, finding a flip dog or a wild thing. So our right foot is planted on the mat. We're on the outside of our left foot. Arm is nice and long in front of us. Reaching. 2 more breaths. And then rotating all the way around, right leg lifts back up, finding this plank again. And then you're going to send your right leg through your body, opening up for a fallen triangle. So our right foot now is off to the left side of our mat. Our left hand is in the air. Hips are nice and high. 2 more breaths. Then unwinding back into plank, lift that right knee up towards your armpit again, and then send it back into 3-legged dog, and then send it back down. Taking a breath. Exhale, release, and then left leg up, 3-legged dog. Hips are square, leg is nice and straight. With your inhale, lengthen through your heel. Exhale, shift forward, knee to chest. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shifting forward. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shifting forward, and we'll stay. Bringing your left knee towards your armpit. We're going to open it up, finding a flip dog. So the left leg comes up and around behind you. You can be on the ball of your foot or have it flat. The outside of our right foot. And the left arm is in the air, reaching behind us. Remember, you can always skip anything, modify, it's your practice. Last breath here. And then unwinding around, left hand comes down the mat, left leg comes up and around, and then kicks out underneath us to the side, fallen triangle. Right arms up in the sky, hips are lifting up, almost like you have a cord reaching up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. And then unwinding both hands down to the mat, picking the left leg up again, knee towards armpit. And then step it back, 3-legged dog. And then set your foot down. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. And then looking forward, you are going to make your way into an Malasana squat. So you can take a little jump to get there, or you can just step forward, bring your feet on the outside of your hands. And you can stay here, stretching out your hips. I'll turn and face you guys like this. Or you can take a wrist stretch. That was a lot on our wrist. So you can reach your arms around you and squeeze them underneath your knees and set back down. And then kind of open and close them a couple times to give them a little bit of release. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And once more, inhale and exhale, release. If you're squatting on your arms, you can unwind them. And then we're going to lift up, find a forward fold. You can step your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands in heart center. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. Moving on, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, step back to a plank. Inhale, open up, side plank. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, other side, side plank. Exhale, back to plank. Stay here for your inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down. Release your toes. Hands come out to the side. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling back down. Two more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, release. Releasing your hands up underneath your shoulders. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, hips up and back down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then you're going to step your right foot forward. Place it on the mat between your hands. Send your left heel down to the mat and pinwheel up, finding a warrior two. Breathing here, you want your right knee stacked directly over your ankle. Hips are nice and open, shoulders are down, and then your gaze can be out to the front. Nice and steady here. Two more breaths. And then you'll flip your front palm, take an inhale. And with an exhale, we'll find a reverse warrior. So your left hand can come down on your left leg, or you can take a half bind, whatever you'd like. Think about lengthening your spine with your inhales, and exhales, maybe finding a little more lean. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, reaching towards the back. Two more breaths. And then unwinding back into a warrior two, getting steady. Inhale. And then with the exhale, we're going to find a half moon. So you can lean forward. You can grab that book or that block if you'd like to. Set your right hand down and lift your left leg up towards the sky. Feet stays nice and flex. You can keep your gaze down at the mat, or you can look up towards the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly returning back to this warrior two. Catch your breath, catch your balance, get stable. And then we're going to pivot our left foot in and find a goddess squat. We'll be facing the side of your mat now. Our heels are in, our feet are out. You can keep your hands here, goalpost or cactus, or you can add a little bit of movement. Reaching your arms along with your inhales, and exhale, drawing your wrists towards your hips. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, draw it in. One more, inhale, and exhale. We'll straighten our legs, inhale, reach our arms up. And then exhale, we'll take your Skandasana to the back of the mat. So you're going to be bending into that left leg and reaching down. So for some of you, you can put your hands down on the mat. It's more like a side lunge. You can stay here, or you can come all the way down into Skandasana. You want your foot and your knee both be pointing up towards the ceiling. You can flex your right foot. And if you've got a lot of flexibility, you want to make sure that you're still lifting and using a little bit of strength here. So working on both flexibility and strength. You can stay, or you can add a twist. Bring your left hand down and your right hand up. Breathe in here. 2 more breaths. Unwind the twist. Your hand can come down to the mat. And then we're going to straighten up with both legs up. Arms can come up. You can blade your hands and bring them together. Look up towards their hands and see if you can keep your gaze up towards your hands as you pivot to face towards the front of the mat again. Once you're there, you can step your left foot forward and then bring your hands back into heart center. Taking a breath and exhale, releasing. We're going to bring our arms directly out in front of us like blade hands. Palms are facing down. See if you can come up on your toes. Squeezing all of your legs together, toes together, heels together. See if you can bend your knees, coming down into a toe stand. Once you're there, hold for 2 breaths. And then see if you can slowly come back up. And then release the heels. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, step back to your plank. Opening up side plank. Inhale. Exhale, back to plank. Other side, opening up. Inhale. And exhale, back to plank. Staying here. All the way down to your bellies, releasing your toes. Hands up to the side of your mat, fingertips on the mat, on the ground. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. Inhaling up, and exhaling back down. Last one, inhale up, and exhale back down. Hands come up under your shoulders, inhaling up, dog or cobra, and exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Stay where you're at. I'm just going to switch sides. And then left foot's going to step forward, place it on the mat between your hands. Right heel comes down the mat. And then you pinwheel your arms open, finding your warrior 2. So left knee is tracking directly over left ankle. Arms are parallel to the ground. And your gaze can be out to the front. Core is engaged. So that's laying out here, but hips are nice and open. And then breathing. 2 more breaths. Flipping your front palm, so the palm faces the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, take a reverse warrior. Right hand can be on your right leg, or you can take a half wrap here. Inhale, find some length, and exhale, lean a little more. Inhaling, and exhaling. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then transition back through a warrior 2. Get steady here. And then shifting your weight forward into this left leg. We'll lift our right leg up, planting half moon. So left hand comes down to the ground. You can use that block or a book if you have one. Right foot stays flexed. Your gaze can be down. Or if you're feeling steady today, maybe bring it up toward your right hand. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly setting that right foot back down, returning to a warrior 2. Get steady. And then finding that goddess pose. So bending the right leg, sending the right heel in, so our heels are in, toes are out. Let's bring your hands and hearts in this time. So pressing your hands together, bringing them over your chest. You can stay here, or you can think about lifting your left heel up off the mat, and then sending it back down. And then maybe lift your right heel up off the mat, and then sending it back down. And then lifting both heels for 3, 2, 1. Sending them back down, taking a breath, straightening the legs, and then bending into the other leg. So towards the back of the mat again, bending into the legs, Skandasana again. So this can be more like a side lunge with your hands down on the mat, or you can drop all the way into Skandasana. If you're there, your toes and your knees are facing up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or you can add a twist. Hands down to the ground. Other one's reaching up towards the air. 2 more breaths here. Unwinding your twist. Both hands down to the mat. Straightening back up. Both legs straight. Arms come up. Blade your hands. Look up. And then keeping your gaze up. See if you can pivot back towards the front of your mat. And then stepping your foot forward. And once you're there, hands come into heart center. Taking a breath. And exhale. We've got a toe stand option again. So arms out straight in front of you, palms face down. You can come up onto your toes, gluing your legs and your ankles together. See if you can slowly, slowly come down into this toe stand. Once you're here, you can stay here. Or if you'd like to, take a crow, you can do that. So planting your hands on the mat, lifting your bum, tucking your knees into your armpits, and then powering up, chaturanga arms as you lean forward, Maybe lifting one or both feet up off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sending back down, finding your toe stand again, and then making your way back up to standing. Once you're there, hands come to the heart center. We'll take 2 breaths, and exhale, release. Inhaling, and exhaling, release. Moving on for a sun B variation. We'll take out the side plank, so just a regular sun B. If you want to flow or handstand, that's perfect. Inhale, find your chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, do your flow. Inhaling, and exhaling, hips up and back. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, step it forward, all the way up, find your warrior 1. Exhaling all the way back down, step back, do your flow. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhale, left foot lifts up. Exhale, step it forward, plant it on the mat. Inhale, all the way up, warrior 1. And exhale, all the way back down. Step back, do your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back. Taking a breath. And exhale. One more breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, find your chair. And exhale, stand up, hands at heart center. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Adding on this time. Inhale, find your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and do your flow. So you can step back to a plank. You can handstand back. You can skip it and just go back directly to down dog. Whatever you'd like to do. We'll meet here in down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, and we're gonna put a crescent lunge this time. So our right foot lands on the mat between our hands. We're gonna ball of our left foot, and then we'll sweep our arms up, and a crescent lunge, and get steady. So hips are nice and square. Core is engaged, for stability. Shoulders are drawing down. And pinkies are rotating in. That helps to integrate your shoulders down your back. 2 more breaths here. And then we'll take a twist. So you can do an open twist, opening up to the right. Your right hand comes to the back, left hand to the front. Or you can bring your hand into heart center and take a prayer twist. Whichever you like. You got 3 breaths left. Trying to keep the hips nice and square, twisting from the belly button up to the crown of your head. And then unwinding back to a crescent lunge. We'll get steady here. And then we'll take eagle arms, left hand under right. You can do full eagle arms, or you can do an eagle hug, left hand, left arm under right, and then grab your opposite shoulders. Staying here, you're gonna shift your weight to the right leg, and then step your left foot up and over, find eagle pose. Then inhaling, lift the knee. Exhaling, back to crescent lunge. Again, inhaling, stand up, lift the knee. Exhale, eagle pose. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, crescent lunge. One more, inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, eagle pose. Now we'll stay here in our eagle, our left knee is our left leg, rather is over our right, shoulders are down, elbows are lifting up, squeezing everything together. 2 more breaths here. And then unwind your hands down to your hips. I'm going to turn to face you guys. You can straighten your right leg. We're going to take an awkward chair pose. So externally rotate this left leg. Bring your left ankle on top of your quad. And see if you can sit down. You can stay here. You can find a wall or a couch. I'm a little wobbly today, as you can see. I'm walking my way to the center of the mat. 2 more breaths. and then lifting that knee back up, arms come up, you're gonna turn again, and then you'll just step your left foot back, returning to crescent lunge where we started. Inhale, and then exhale, hands come down the mat, step your right foot back, and take your flat. Inhaling, and exhaling down dog. Take a breath here, and exhale, release, and left leg lifts up, inhale, and exhale, step it forward, place it on the mat between the hands, find a crescent lunge, so on the ball of the right foot, both arms sweep up, crescent lunge. Get steady here, core engaged, stretching out this right hip flexor, tailbone is pointing down, rotating those pinkies in. 2 more breaths. And then adding the twist. So this can be an open twist with your left hand to the back, right hand to the front, or you can take your hand in the heart center, prayer twist, the outside of the right leg comes to the left quad. If you're doing that, think about trying to bring your chest up towards your hands and breathing here. 2 more breaths. And then unwinding, finding that crescent lunge again, get stable. And then adding the eagle arms. So right arm under left, you can go for the hug or full eagle arms, getting steady. And then shifting your weight to your left leg, and lift your right leg up. And exhale, find full eagle. Inhale, lift leg up. And exhale, back to crescent. 3 more, inhaling up. Exhaling eagle. Inhaling up. Exhaling crescent lunge. Halfway, inhaling, lifting the knee. Exhaling, crossing it over, eagle. Inhaling up. Exhaling, crescent. Last one, inhaling up. Exhaling, eagle. Inhaling up. Exhaling, crescent. All right, now we'll just find our eagle pose. So lifting the leg up, crossing it over, and finding some stability. So squeeze the legs together, core is engaged, shoulders are dropping down, elbows are lifting up, whether you've got full eagle arms or the hug, either way. 2 more breaths. All right, and then moving on to the awkward chair pose. You can bring your hands down towards your hips, straighten your left leg, lift your right leg up, externally rotate that right leg, flex the foot, bring the ankle onto the quad, and then slowly sink your hips. You can stay here, bring your hands in the heart center, really press them into each other. We'll be here for 5, 4, don't look at me because I'm falling, 3, 2, 1, standing back up, inhale, and then returning again to this crescent lunge. So stepping your right foot back, crescent lunge. And then hands come down to the mat, step your left foot back, and take your flow. Inhaling, and exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the foot up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. And exhale, stand up and hands at heart center. Take a breath here. And exhale, release. And then we're going to take a forward fold. So step your feet hips width apart, or maybe a little wider. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, folding forward. You can bend your knees. Maybe you want to lasso your big toe with your peace fingers. And then you want to send your elbows out when you do this. So elbows out, and you pull yourself down. Bend your knees so that you can find some compression between your chest and your quads. And then finally release your head and neck down. Maybe trying to gaze up towards the ceiling behind you. Last breath here. And then releasing your hands. You're going to turn your palms face up as you slide them under your feet. So you're standing on the palms here, Pada Hastasana, releasing your head and neck down. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to. And then maybe shake your head yes or no a little bit. If you're somebody who stores tension in your shoulders, bringing your head around a little bit can help to get rid of that. Last breath here. Inhale, coming up for a flat back. And then exhale, release that down, release your hands, bring your hands to your hips, coming up with flat back all the way up to standing. And then step your feet together. Take a breath. And exhale, release. Inhale, loosen our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat your back. And exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. We'll stay here in our plank, engage your core. And then slowly bending through your elbows, go lower down, all the way to our bellies for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you're there, release your toes. We're going to keep a couple of locust poses. So I want to make sure that your back is nice and long first. So lift up your right leg, lengthen it behind you and set it back down. And then lift up your left leg, lengthen it behind you and set it back down. You can send your arms around behind you, interlace your hands if you'd like to. If that's uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can just bring your hands down by your side, palms face down. With your inhale, lengthen through your spine, and your exhale, lift up. You can fly, your shoulders are up, maybe your toes are touching, but your heels are slightly released. Really pressing your pelvic bone down into the ground as you're lifting everything else up. For 3, 2, 1, slowly lower back down. You can bend your knees and windshield wipe back and forth. And then returning back, everything's nice and long. Make sure your legs are long again, so float one up, lengthen it, set it down. Put the other up, lengthen it, set it back down. Again, you can take that bind, maybe crossing the other thumb on top, lengthening through your spine, inhale. And then exhale, lifting up, locust pose. Again, toes together, heels slightly apart. That helps to protect our lower back. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. You can release your forehead down. Maybe stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hand. And then bend your knees and windshield wiper. Once more in each direction. And then returning back. And then we'll move on for a full bow pose here. If bow pose is not in your practice, you can take 2 more locusts. Otherwise, we'll do 2 bows. So for bow pose, you'll bend your knees. You want your knees to be hips width apart. You can keep your feet pointed or flex. Sometimes flexing helps you get a little more grip. And then you can reach your arms around behind you. You can grab your feet from the outside of your feet or for a little more opening from the inside. And then inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, lifting up with your shoulders and your knees, finding bow pose. So you really want to be pushing your pelvic bone down to the floor here. And then thinking about almost rocking your way back into your quads. Helps stretch out the front of the chest. We've got 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And then slowly with control, lower back down, releasing the legs, maybe stacking your hand, resting your favorite cheek on your hands. Take a breath here. And exhale, release. 1 more breath. And exhale, release. And then the last one. So second bow or your final locust pose. Bending the knees, pointing the feet or flexing them, reaching back, grabbing the ankles, lengthening the spine to lift you up, and then pressing into the pelvic bone and trying to rock your weight back into your quads. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing down. Again, you can stack your hands, release your legs, rest your other cheek on the wrist or your hands around it, and then bend your knees and windshield wipe. Last breath. And then unwinding both hands, legs down, arms underneath you. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. And exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. You can wag your tail a little bit here to release your lower back. One more breath. Exhale, release. And then making our way to our seats, we're gonna find a boat pose. So if you wanna do a jump through, we're gonna jump through here, bending your knees and jumping through, or you can just set your right foot down and then left foot behind you as you come to find a seat. You wanna find this nice tripod seat between your tailbone and your sits bones, and then keeping your spine nice and long, you'll hinge back, and then using your core, lifting your legs up. So you want to make sure that you're trying to use your core to find balance and not your quads and not your hip flexors. So bend or straighten your legs around only as far as you can go, and you're still using your core to do your work. Your hands can come out behind you for balance and stability, or you can send them up overhead. Palms face up, lifting up through the chest. The tendency is going to want to curl down here. So lifting up, we'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tucking the knees in, giving them a nice squeeze. And you can rock and roll, giving your spine a little massage. We'll take 3 rocks here. All right, and then making your way up to a seat. We'll send our legs out in front of us. Spine is nice and long. Feet are flexed, inhaling. And with your exhale, walk your hands out towards your feet. Keep your spine straight at first, so you may not fold very far. Another breath here. And then if you'd like to, you can round through your spine, release the rest away. Think about drawing your chest towards your quads and your elbows down towards the ground. Okay, so sometimes people think about drawing their head down and they create quite this arc with their back. If you think about your chest and your elbows, and your head will just naturally follow them. One more nice slow breath here. Exhaling, releasing. And then walking your hands back up. Staff pose, spine's nice and long and straight. Core is engaged. Hands are down by your side, palms face down. And then we'll take a reverse tabletop. So hands come behind you. So you want your palm or your fingers facing your toes. Hands are behind your hips. You can lengthen your hips up off the ground. You can stay here with a nice long line. If that hurts your knees, and bend your knees and lift your hips. For 3, heads in line with your spine. And 1, and then slowly lower back down, releasing your hips down to the mat, and legs go out long in front of you. All right, we'll take our left foot in, half butterfly, Janu. So hips are square, left leg is bent, left foot is against the inside of your right quad, but your hips are square towards your foot here. You're gonna take your left hand, reach it across the outside of your right leg, take a little bit of a twist, and then fold forward, bringing the center of your chest down towards your right quad. You can release your head and neck down. Right hand can stay out to the side. 2 more breaths here. And lengthening back through, sitting back up. You'll keep your left leg right where it is. We're going to take our right leg out to the side for head to knee pose. So your left arm's going to sweep up, and then keeping your left hip down on the mat, you're going to lean towards your right leg. Your right hand can be resting on your left leg or anywhere else that feels good. Think about lifting through your chest, lifting up. Last breath here. And then coming back up to a seat, we'll bring this right leg in. Butterfly pose, or bound angle pose. You can grab your feet, open your knees nice and wide. This first time, I want to turn your heels in closer to your groin, as close as you can, and be comfortable, and just enjoying the hip opening. Last breath here. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. So right leg stays in, left leg comes out long in front of you. Make sure your hips are nice and square. Left foot is flexed. Left arm out to the side. And then your right hand's going to come across your left leg.
Reality virtual twist featuring Sarkort and Energy. Is
and
my
core down. I'm not sure what's talking there, if that's me or somebody else, but we'll just pretend like somebody sneezed in class. It's all good. 2 more breaths. And then lifting back up. And then we'll take the head to knee pose. So left leg comes out to the side. Foot is flexed. We'll send our right arm up, inhaling. And exhale, leaning over towards your left leg. You don't want to fold over here. So keeping your chest lifted, rotating up. Left knee can be anywhere on your right leg that feels comfortable. And then right hip is still sinking down into the mat. 2 more breaths. And then coming back up through center, we'll take our second butterfly. This time you want your feet a little bit further away from your groin so that you can fold into it. So the idea would be that maybe, maybe someday, probably not, that you might be able to bring your head down towards your feet. You can rest your forearms on your shins here and use that to press your hips open a little more. You can release your head and neck. 2 more breaths. And then lengthening your spine up. You can bring your knees up and then make your way onto your back. We'll take the supine twist on each side. So knees are stacked directly over hips. Arms can be out to the side. Inhale. And then exhale, lay your legs down over to the right. Once you're there, unwind your spine again so that both of your shoulder blades are working to be down on the mat. Breathing here. Two more breaths. Engage your core, unwind your spine. Bring your knees up over your hips. And then with your exhale, lay down to the other side. Once they're there, again, unwind your shoulder blades both down to the mat. Unwind your head. And breathe. Two breaths left. Engage in core, bring your legs back up through center. And then we'll take a waterfall. So if you want to grab that block or the book or your pillow, whatever you have, you can lift your legs up, wiggle that underneath your hips, and then send your legs up overhead. Feet can stay flexed. If there's another inversion that you like, feel free to take it. Do in your own home practice. So whatever feels good for you is fine. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. Slowly inhaling and exhaling. Last breath. And then slowly removing that block, book, or pillow, or whatever you were using. Returning your spine down back to the mat. If there's any final movements you need, you can take it. Maybe you want a happy baby or anything else. And if you're ready, you can go ahead and make your way into Shavasana. I've got 2 more breaths here with your wiggles. And then I'll take you through a guided Shavasana here. So when you're ready, you can lie down on your back. Maybe rock your head gently from side to side, releasing any remaining tension there in your head and neck. And then find some stillness. Separate your feet as wide as comfortable. And let your feet fall open to the side, whatever is most comfortable with your legs. Separate your hands away from your body and turn your palms face up. To a quick body scan, and if there's any areas of discomfort or irritation, go ahead and adjust those now. And once you've done that, soften through your belly and your glutes. Allow your body to sink into the ground underneath you. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth and release any tension that you might have in your forehead, around your eyes, maybe in your mouth or your jaw. Take a nice slow inhale and a relaxing exhale. Then moving down to your body, coming into your shoulders and your arms, releasing any tension there or maybe in your fingertips. Softening through your chest, through your rib cage, through your abs and your pelvis. And finally releasing your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, all the way down to your toes. Let your whole body be soft, like you're melting onto the floor. Allow your breath to slow down. Let your inhales be soft and soothing. And allow your exhales to release any remaining tension that you have. So soft and soothing inhale and relaxing exhale. Again, soothing inhale and relaxing exhale. Think about inhaling from the tips of your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. And then exhaling from the crown of your head all the way back down to the tips of your toes. 2 more like that. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling all the way back down. And inhaling all the way up. And exhaling all the way back down. Take a few moments here to enjoy the peace. And when you're ready, you can begin to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Maybe make some circles with your hands and your feet. Take a long good morning stretch if that feels good. And then make your way up to a comfortable seat facing front, facing your camera, I guess. And then we'll do our final breathing, bringing your hands into heart center. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths together, inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling. And final one in and out. And then bowing our head. The light and the joy and the peace and the happiness in me sees and honors the light and the love and the peace and the happiness in each of you. Thank you for sharing your practice and your morning with me and joining me on this virtual class. Namaste.